Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about a new chapter, that is quadrilateral. In this chapter we are going to first discuss about the theorems in this chapter. So in this chapter the theorems are very important and you need to learn these theorem statements. So the first theorem is a diagonal of a parallelogram divides it into two congruent triangles. So if we have a triangle, if we have a parallelogram, the diagonal BD, this diagonal BD divides the parallelogram into congruent triangles. Congruent means equal in sides, equal in angles. So the diagonal divides the parallelogram in two congruent triangles. In this case, BD is the diagonal that I have considered, and the two congruent triangles are ABD and BCD. The next theorem, theorem 2. In a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. So, if we have a parallelogram by statement, by the word itself, means the quadrilateral will be parallel in nature. So, this sides, opposite sides will be parallel by the statement of by the word parallelogram, and the theorem says the opposite sides will be equal. So if the parallelogram is ABCD, then the opposite sides will be AB is equals to CD and AD equals to BC. So these are the opposite sides which are equal to each other. Next theorem, theorem 3. If each pair of opposite sides of a quadrilateral is equal, then it is a parallelogram. So the theorem says, suppose we have a quadrilateral. The quadrilateral is ABCD. If the opposite sides are equal, if these opposite sides are equal, then the quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. So this is the converse of the theorem number 2. In theorem 4, it says in a parallelogram opposite angles are equal. So now again we consider a parallelogram PQRS. The opposite angles, that means angle P is equal to angle R, angle Q is equals to angle S. So in a parallelogram, like opposite sides, opposite angles are also equal. In theorem 5, it is said, if a quadrilateral, each pair of opposite angle is equal, then it is a parallelogram. So here we have to consider a quadrilateral. Let the quadrilateral be PQRS. In this quadrilateral, if we see that the opposite angles are equal, then we can say that the quadrilateral is a parallelogram. So this one, theorem 5, is also converse of theorem 4. Theorem 6. The diagonal of a parallelogram bisect each other. So if we have a parallelogram TUV STUV, the diagonal of a parallelogram, let the diagonal be SU, bisect each other, then we need to have two diagonals. The diagonal SU and TV will bisect each other. So we can say that, suppose this point is O, so SO is equals to OU as well as TO is equals to OV. Theorem 7. If the diagonals of a quadrilateral bisect each other, then it is a parallelogram. So suppose we have a quadrilateral. The quadrilateral is STUV. It says the quadrilateral, the diagonals bisect each other. So we can see this quadrilateral is a parallelogram. We can say this quadrilateral is a parallelogram. So this is also a converse of theorem 6. So theorem 3 was converse of theorem 2. Theorem 5 is a converse of theorem 4. Theorem 7 is a converse of theorem 6. Theorem 8. A quadrilateral is a parallelogram if pair of opposite side is equal and parallel. So again let us consider a quadrilateral. The quadrilateral is ABCD. The quadrilateral is ABCD. This quadrilateral, we can say it is a parallelogram if the pair of opposite sides are equal and parallel. So this pair of opposite side will be equal as well as they need to be parallel to each other. So not only equal but parallel. Then we can say that this is a parallelogram. This quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Now theorem 9. Theorem 9 says the line segment joining the midpoints of two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side. So let us consider a triangle, and the triangle is ABCD. We extend another line, that is D. The point E and the point F are the midpoints. So E and F are the midpoints of AB and AC respectively. If we draw a line which passes through the midpoints E and F, then we can say the line passes through E and F and it is also parallel to AB. It is also parallel to BC. It is also parallel to BC. Then we can say that the line bisects the line L meet the point CD at G, which is also a midpoint. So here what we have considered, AB and AC are the two sides where we have midpoints E and F, and we draw a line L which is parallel to BC. Then if we get another line CD, the line L meet CD at a point G, which is the midpoint of the line CD. This theorem is also called midpoint theorem or MPT. This theorem is also called midpoint theorem. Now the last theorem of this chapter, that is theorem 10. The line drawn through midpoints of one side of a triangle parallel to another side bisects the third side. So here we again have to draw one triangle ABC. So a line is drawn, let the line be L, through the midpoint. So let this midpoint be E, and it is parallel to BC. So this line L is parallel to BC. it meets the third side of the triangle. Let the point where it meets be F, and this point is also a midpoint. So it bisects the side AC. It bisects the side AC at the point F. This theorem is converse of midpoint theorem. This theorem is also called converse of midpoint theorem. So today we have learned about 10 different theorems. These theorem statements are very important as they can come as fill in the blanks in your 1-mark questions as per CBSE rule. So today till this much. Thank you very much, students.